Students, hope you are doing well. In this video, we will discuss about questions answers of chapter 14, that is sources of energy. So first question from page number 243. Question is, what is good source of energy? Answer, a good source of energy is something which would do a large amount of work per unit mass. Next point, which is cheap and easily available. Next point, which is easy to store and transport. Next point, which is safe to handle and use. Next point, which does not cause environmental pollution. Next question, what is a good fuel or what are the characteristics of good fuel? Answer, characteristic of good fuels are, first point, a good fuel or an ideal fuel is that which gives us more heat per unit mass. Next point, it should burn without giving out any smoke or harmful gases. Next point, it should have a proper ignition temperature. Next point, it should be economical and easily available. Next point, it should be easy to handle, safe to transport and convenient to store. Next question, if you could use any source of energy for heating your food, which one would you use and why? Answer, I would like to use the LPG for heating food because first point, LPG does not leave behind any ash after burning. Next point, LPG has a high calorific value. It gives a lot of heat on burning. Next point, LPG burns with smokeless flame and hence does not cause any air pollution. Next point, LPG does not produce any poisonous gases on burning. Now next question from page number 248. What are the disadvantages of fossil fuels? First point, fossil fuels are non-renewable sources of energy. Next point, carbon dioxide is produced on burning of fossil fuel which causes greenhouse effect. Next point, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen produces on burning of fossil fuels cause acid rain. Next point, burning of fossil fuels causes pollution. Next question, why are we looking at alternate sources of energy? This question is important. Answer, we need to look at alternate source of energy because fossil fuels are non-renewable sources of energy and their reserves are limited. Hence, we need to conserve them. Next point, burning of fossil fuels and radioactive wastes of the nuclear power plants cause undesirable effects of pollution. Now next question, how has the traditional use of wind and water energy been modified for our convenience? Answer, first point, the traditional use of energy of flowing water has been modified by improvement in technology to generate electricity through flowing water powered generators. Next point, the traditional use of wind energy has been modified by the improvements in technology to generate electricity through wind powered generators. Now next question from page number 253. This question is also important. What kind of mirror, concave, convex or plane would be best suited for use in solar cooker? Why? Answer, a concave mirror reflector would be best suited for use in a solar cooker. This is because a concave reflector converges a large amount of sun's heat rays to a small area at its focus, due to which a high temperature is produced in its focus area. On the other hand, convex mirror reflector, being a diverging mirror, cannot be used at all in a solar cooker. Now next question, what are the limitations of energy that can be obtained from the oceans? Answer, first point, the wave energy can be harnessed only at those places where the sea waves are very strong. The efficiency of power plants based on wave energy are very low. Next point, a temperature difference of 20 degrees Celsius or more between the surface water of ocean and deeper water is necessary to harness ocean thermal energy. Next point, the efficiency of OTEC, ocean thermal energy conversion, power plants which work by utilizing ocean thermal energy is very low. Next question, what is geothermal energy? Geothermal energy has been used for thousands of years in some countries for cooking and heating. This thermal energy is contained in the rock and fluids beneath Earth's crust. Geothermal energy can be used to produce electricity. Next question, what are the advantages of nuclear energy? First point, nuclear fuel is inserted once in a nuclear power plant to generate continuous energy over a long period of time. Next point, a small quantity of nuclear fuel give a large amount of energy. Now part 2 questions of same page. First question, can any source of energy be pollution free? Why or why not? Answer, no source of energy can be pollution free. The use of each and every source of energy disturbs the environment in one way or the other. It is considered that solar cells are relatively pollution free. Now next question, hydrogen has been used as a rocket fuel. Would you consider it a cleaner fuel than CNG? Why or why not? This question is also important. Answer, hydrogen is definitely a cleaner fuel than CNG. This is because it produces water on burning, whereas CNG produces CO2. And as hydrogen is a very explosive gas which is required by rockets, and so it cannot be replaced by CNG. Now next question from page number 254. Name two energy sources that you would consider to be renewable. Give reasons for your choices. First energy, solar energy. Solar energy is a renewable source of energy because it is sustainable and totally inexhaustible, unlike fossil fuels that are finite. Next energy, hydro energy. Hydro energy is a renewable source of energy because it is supplied by the water cycle in nature and it will never get exhausted. Now next question, give the names of two energy sources that you would consider to be exhaustible. Give reasons for your choices. This question is also important. Answer, two energy sources are coal and petroleum. They are made by the decomposition of plants and animals under high temperature and pressure over a million of years. Now back exercise, page number 254. First question is, a solar water heater cannot be used to get hot water on. First option, a sunny day. Second option, a cloudy day. Third option, a hot day. Fourth option, a windy day. Answer will be a cloudy day. Next question, which of the following is not an example of a biogas energy source? First option, wood. Second option, gobar gas. Third option, nuclear energy. Fourth option, coal. Answer will be nuclear energy. Next question, most of the sources of energy we use represent stored solar energy. Which of the following is not ultimately derived from the sun's energy? This is very important. Okay. First option is geothermal energy. Second option is wind energy. Third option is nuclear energy. Fourth option is biomass. Answer will be nuclear energy. Reason for this option? The energy required to fuse the lighter nuclei is provided by fission reactions. In this reaction, there is no need for sunlight. Therefore, nuclear energy is not ultimately derived from the sun's energy. Okay? Now next question. Compare and contrast fossil fuels and the sun as direct source of energy. So first comparison, first point, both are widely used sources of energy. Second point, both are natural source of energy. Now contrast. For contrast, you have to draw two columns. In first column, you have to write points for fossil fuels, and in second column, you have to write points for sun. So first point for fossil fuels, it is not free. For sun, it is free of cost. Second point for fossil fuels, it is a conventional source of energy. For sun, it is non-conventional source of energy. Now third point for fossil fuels, it is in a limited quantity. For sun, it is in an unlimited quantity. Now next question, compare and contrast biomass and hydroelectricity as sources of energy. So first comparison, first point, biomass and hydroelectricity both are renewable sources of energy. Second point, biomass and hydroelectricity both are naturally replenished. Now for contrast, in first column you have to write about biomass, in second column you have to write about hydroelectricity. So first point for biomass, biomass is composed of organic compounds, so energy from biomass results in air pollution. Hydroelectricity is generated using the kinetic energy of moving water, which results is no air pollution. Now next point for biomass, the energy from biomass is generated by decomposition of farm waste, example wood, gobar, etc. Now for hydroelectricity, the energy from hydroelectricity is generated by source of water, example dam, water reservoir, etc. Now next question, what are the limitations of extracting energy from the wind, waves, tides? So first part of the answer, limitations of extracting energy from wind. First point, the wind speed should be higher than 15 km per hour to maintain the required speed of wind turbines for generating electricity. Next point, a large area of land is required for stabilizing wind energy farms. Next point, the initial cost of stabilizing wind energy farms is quite high. Now second part of the answer, limitations of extracting energy from waves. First point, the power plant built at sea source have a high cost installation. Second point, the wave energy can be harnessed at only those places where the sea waves are very strong. Next point, the efficiency of power plants based on wave energy is very low. Now, third part of the answer, limitations of extracting energy from tides. First point, the rise and fall of sea water during high and low tides is not enough to generate electricity on a large scale. Next point, there are very few sites around the world which are suitable for building tidal barrages. So, large scale generation of electricity is not possible. Now, next question, on what basis would you classify energy sources as renewable and non-renewable? Second part of the question, exhaustible and inexhaustible. And third part of the question, are the option given A and B the same? So for first part of the answer, you have to draw two columns. In first column, you have to write for renewable sources of energy, and in second column, you have to write for non-renewable sources of energy. So renewable sources of energy are those which can get replenished or replaced in nature after some time. Examples, wind energy, solar energy, etc. Now for non-renewable sources of energy, non-renewable sources of energy are those which cannot be replaced back in the same amount in nature again. Examples, coal, water, petroleum, etc. Now second part of the question, exhaustible and inexhaustible. So for exhaustible resources are those resources which are present in limited quantities. Examples, fossil fuels such as oil, petroleum, coal, etc. Now, inexhaustible resources are those resources which are considered to be unlimited in supply and impossible to exhaust. Examples, solar, wind, geothermal, water, air, ocean waves, and tides. Now, third part of the question, are the options given A and B the same? Answer, the option given in A and B are the same. This is because renewable sources of energy are also known as inexhaustible sources of energy, whereas non-renewable sources of energy are also called exhaustible sources of energy. Now next question, what are the qualities of an ideal sources of energy? An ideal sources of energy is something, first point, which would do a large amount of work per unit mass. Next point, which is cheap and easily available. Next point, which is easy to store and transport. Next point, which is safe to handle and use. And last point, which does not cause environmental pollution. Now next question, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using a solar cooker? Would have limited utility? This question is very important. So first part of the answer, advantages of solar cooker. First point, no wastage of fuels. Second point, renewable source of energy. Third point, it is an inexhaustible and clean source of energy. Next point, it is free for all and available in unlimited amount. Now disadvantages of solar cooker, second part of the answer. First point, manufacturing costs are very high. Second point, if there is no sunlight, then it will not work. Now third part of the answer, yes, there are places where a solar cooker would have limited utility. These are the places where days are too short or clouds cover them round the year. Solar cookers cannot be used there. Now next question, what are the environmental consequences of the increasing demand for energy? What steps would you suggest to reduce energy consumption? First part of the answer, environmental consequences for the increasing demand for energy are the following. First point, the cutting down of forest trees for obtaining firewood is causing soil erosion and destroying wildlife. Second point, the combustion of fossil fuels is producing acid rain and damaging plants, soil, aquatic life, and buildings. Next point, the construction of hydropower plants is disturbing ecological balance. Next point, nuclear power plants are increasing radioactivity in the environment. Now second part of the answer, steps which can be taken to reduce energy consumptions are as follows. First point, turn off the lights, fans, TV and other such electrical appliances when not needed to save electricity. Second point, use CFL to save electricity. Third point, good quality stoves should be used to burn fuels like kerosene and LPG so as to obtain maximum heat. Next point, pressure cookers should be used for cooking food to save fuel. Next point, bicycles should be used for short distances. Now some important diagrams are there. So look at this. First diagram for solar cooker. This is the solar cooker diagram. Okay. Next diagram for biogas plant. This is the diagram for biogas plant. And next one is model to demonstrate the process of thermoelectric productions. This is the diagram. So practice all these diagrams. And for MCQ, watch the next video on my channel. That's it. यदि आपको वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक कर दीजिएगा और आगे के वीडियोस को देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा।